So you know, this pot is perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. But you know, as gardeners, I'm sure all of you do the same thing. And I think this is something that is the best part of gardening, is that you can change things up as you like. So that's what I want to do. Oh, the grass is looking a bit sad. Okay, anyway, I'll take it out, and I want to take these succulents out because this I did last year. Oh, they rooted in there. They don't want to leave this pot. Anyway, I'll tell you what I want to do first. So I want to take the succulents out, take the grass out, and I'm going to put in some daisies there. But more importantly, why I want to do this is I want to put in some driftwood in this pot with the flowers, because you know, the water bowl is there and the birds come and drink from there. They don't have some place nice to perch on that's right next to it. So if I you know, put in the daisies, and just, you know, that doesn't need a lot of space to grow, and if I put in some driftwood, I've got driftwood, I'll need to just check it out, and then they can have a drink here. They usually sit here on this, you know, this tap post here, this wooden stem here, or they just fly to the tree. But it's so far away, so I thought I'll give them some branches here in this pot. So I want to pull that out now. I think it's really rooted in there. But let me go back. The other thing I know about that using these big pots is, gosh, I'm not going to put anything big in these heavy pots anymore, because they are like a nightmare to get out if you want to change stuff. So I need to put some, oh, good Lord. I need to put something that's easy to pull out, you know, like small plants and things like that. Yeah, so I'll plant this somewhere else. This is a Douglas Huth succulent. It's getting its color now. It gets this plant. Oh my gosh, I'm damaging my plant here. Yeah, it gets nice and pink in the cold weather, but over summer it looks so horrible and boring. And I planted it last year in spring because it was so bright against that lime green of that lomandra grass, and the pink around it was so lovely. So it looked good only in the cold months, and then once it warmed up, it was so ugly and flat, and then it gets a lot of pest as well. So let me pull that out. Let me check. Oh, I've got one piece there, but let me check my driftwood that I keep here. I need some nice pieces. That's a nice one. I don't need too many. That's got a nice, yeah, I think that, oh, that looks good. And these are, oh, let me put my sticks. These are the plants that I bought, the simple daisy. I just wanted to spill over that pot, and I got this cheap, this bacopa. Put that and put my driftwood. I didn't want to topple the pot, or I didn't want to move the pot, but it's so stuck in there, and you can see that grass. I sent a root out. Yeah, so this is the only way to pull it out. I have to dig this whole thing out and mess this place. Alright, I got it out. That root ball is like massive. Look, it's got the shape of this whole pot. Yeah, I'll trim it, cut the roots, and put it up again. But now I have to fill new soil. Yeah. I think this actually works out better, because now I can just fill in soil here. Oh, my gloves. And it will give me a soft soil to shove those driftwood sticks into it, and then I can plant. I just want to stand back and see. I'm only putting 2. Yeah, that's okay. It's not as tall as I wanted it, but I think that will do. Well, it's a really tight squeeze. I squeezed one plant in and really squashed it in. I might have to give it a trim to refresh it, and then shove the other one there. And then the bacopa, I'm going to put it on the other side, facing the house. I need to give it a trim, but I don't know whether to do it right away or just wait. Looks just like untidy hair. Look at this bad hair there. And you can't even see the beautiful flowers. But the bacopa looks good. Let me show you the bacopa. See, that looks good on this side. So on the road side, it looks terrible. But this is so pretty here. Well, the wood is nice and sturdy in, which I'm happy about. I don't want the birds to, not that they will fall, but I want them to like the perch. So we had some much needed rain, and everything's so lovely. And it's looking so bright after the rain. We haven't had much rain at all, so this was so lovely. But yeah, so I didn't cut that daisy back yet, and I decided I'll let this car go past. Instead of doing all other stuff, I should save this poor plant, which is so desperate. It just needs to be repotted, I think, because you remember that in one of the videos I showed you the roots were so exposed. But anyway, so yeah, it grows in the cooler months, and it gets beautiful yellow flowers. So this one's okay. What is that? Another succulent. This one's okay. Look at these seeds. Oh my gosh, these seeds from this tree on the roadside. It's just, I don't know, it gets everywhere. Okay, I'm going to take this out and repot it. I brought some soil. I'll just keep it in a pot, let it grow nicely. And I don't know, this soil probably needs to settle properly. It's just falling this side. And I did add more soil, but it's, oh, maybe I just need to repot it deeper. Yeah, well, I won't do that now. I'll just save it, let it recover properly and get its roots back. And then I'll put it back here. Yeah. So let me just set this camera up and dig it up. Yeah, the ground looks so lovely. I know it's not soaked properly. We didn't get enough. It's going to rain the whole week, which is good. I hope these roots are not too deep. Looks like. Oh, goodness. Oh, I wonder if I should. Let me try and get some of the roots out. Sorry, the soil out, and see how far. Yeah. Okay. I'd rather just leave it. Maybe I'll just add the soil, because it looks, I mean, it's still surviving even though it's exposed. It's just not thriving. But instead of digging it up, because the root seems to have gone right through, I can see it's going all this way, all through the other side, and it's so deep, even when I try to dig, it's not loosening, and I can hear them dripping. So I don't want to pull it out for nothing. I thought I'll pot it up here, but let's see. I should put more rock, maybe it'll hold this soil on it. Because there's this incline here, that's why. That one's doing fine. It's just this one. And it's so lovely and spreading. That's why I wanted it here to just fall over this rock. Let me just reset it. Reset these rocks or add more rock maybe. Yeah. Okay, that didn't go to plan, but anyway, at least I tried. I thought I'd take it out, but it's best sometimes to leave things where they are, because even though they are struggling, they have already found a way to survive. And if I disrupt its roots, now it might be unhappy. So I'll just leave it and keep adding soil every time it gets down, goes down. Yeah, okay. Right, plant. You're not getting uprooted today. Right, so I shall leave this video here because we're going to have rain, and it's just stopped now, and I've come out while we have this little break to try and salvage this plant, but it looks like it doesn't need me to move it. It's happy to try and survive here. So I shall leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed this potting around the garden, which is always so much fun. And I didn't cut the other daisy that I planted, so I'll leave it there, let it settle some more, and I will give it a trim. But yeah, so thanks for joining me. I'll leave some images from the garden of how lovely it is after the rain, and I shall catch you next week. Bye. Everything looks so beautiful after the rain. The colors are so vibrant. Oh, it was so lovely just walking out in the morning and looking at this color. So this is like full fall splendor. Alright, I came back and I gave it a cut. So there's all the, you can see it needed really needed that cut. So now it's neater. It'll put out new shoots. Alright, so that's it. I'll see you next week. Bye.